quite like how it looks on an iPad. It's not like the- it doesn't take up too much space. I probably could make it wider, but I don't want it to be. And we have our little cat pocket in the corner. He also changes when you reopen the app. There's currently only two versions, like two images. Um, but I think that's cute and I plan to have more. Okay, what have we got here? So at the top, we have our streak. Even says that if you click it. So streak is shown in kanji numbers. Kanji numbers are like the first lesson you learn. So after you study that, you'll be able to read your streak. My streak is currently 1 day, apparently, which shows you that I did not test this yesterday or anything like that. What I would love to do is draw a fire that moves because I'm not sure if you can see. I'm going to move it closer, but no, you can't see it. I can hardly see it myself, actually. But the cat, oh, hello. The cat is a GIF that I think it is. Yeah, it is. Me like zooming in on my own stuff. The cat is a GIF. So it moves like it's jiggly, is the best way to put it. And I would love the fire that has a streak to move. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I'll put like the kanji inside it or something. I don't know. But I just think that'd be really cute. Maybe, oh my God, maybe it could be a little cat or like a paw print. Oh, anyway. Anyway, other things that to note on the front page. The date. So this is the fourth month. Ooh, let me show you. So it's the fourth month, eighth day. That's what's happening here. Month shikatsu, April, day, yoka, eighth. We also have the day of the week. It is water day. It is Wednesday. It is sui yo bi. And then we have the time. So depending where you are, this iPad is set to my hometown, where I currently am not, but it's set to England time. So we have G14 and we have 34 minutes. So it is, oh my gosh, what time is that? It's 2:34 currently. And that's what this is showing 14 hours and 34 minutes. Okay, we also have some games. So we're not going to play any of these games right now because I don't think I need to test any of the games. But we have solitaire, and this was actually really fun to make because, hey, Hafiz. Um, I didn't know how I played solitaire like when I was younger. When I feel like when everyone got a laptop when they were younger, they would play like whatever games were on the laptop. So like I played solitaire then, but I'm just gonna clean my little. There we go. Um, but like I didn't play solitaire since then. So when I was making this, I had to relearn how to play solitaire to make sure it worked properly. But what you do is you click. I actually don't think I can use that one. So this here is king. I think if you click information, it should tell you what everything means. So like you got king, which is this one, it's the kanji for king. You got queen, jaw, you got jack, it's using the kanji for warrior because it was the closest thing I could think of. And then you got 1 to 10. Again, you learn these in like the first lessons of pocket Japanese, the kanji for 1 to 10, so that kind of makes it easier. And then you just play solitaire, and it does have audio with it, just because I thought that would also help. So for example, do we have anything that can actually connect in terms of like numbers 1 to 10? I don't think we do. Yeah, let's go through these. Someone's going to say to me, it's, oh, maybe. So yeah, when you click something, you can hear it, which is quite nice. But we don't need to play solitaire right now. And I think, apart from the fact that I don't like that this doesn't line up, I'm not going to edit anything on this page. I don't think it needs editing. There's also a little new game button in the corner. I don't like why it just kind of looks like it's not placed properly there. The whatever. Okay, we have word searches. To play this one, you need to go to the actual course and choose some words. So for example, I would go to word list And I would bookmark a few words that I want to learn. Two, three, four. I think it will let you even play with one, but we're going to add five. We're going to go to game and we're going to go to word search. This is something that needs fixing. So this is why we're doing this today. This is too big and I don't know why, but I can play around with this at some point. I feel like it's been on my list before and I've just been ignoring it, actually. There's so many things as well that I'm like, oh, I don't want to fix that. It seems difficult. But no, this is something I need to fix. But the game still works until then. So what you would do here is you would look for these ones. So we are going to look for ichi, ni, san, and go within here. I think after lesson 10, you can actually change the options from hiragana to romaji. Like you can choose what you want to play the game in. Let's move it over slightly. So we're looking for go. If there's more, so for example, with ni and go, there might be more options. It will like even if you choose the wrong one, it will show you the right one. So don't worry, like, oh my gosh, it's only like 2 characters long. What if there's another load? It will correct you. You found one version of it. What's my other one? Sun, right there. Cool, nice and easy game, and you get to choose what you learn. My last one that I'm going to show you out of the games, I say the last one, is literally the only game left, is Sudoku. Um, so this one is kind of cool, and I'm actually really proud of it because you can choose which like kanji you want to play with. So, for example, maybe you've learned kanjis 1 to 5 or something, and you want to learn some more complicated ones. You can choose something like plate, bird, outside. Not that these are particularly complicated, but they're some of the like later ones on the app. And then you can start. And the idea is it's the same game. You want to get all of the kanji in a row, which is really difficult actually, because you have to be like, oh my gosh, which one is missing? There's a reminder of which ones you've chosen just at the bottom here. You can put in like note ones. So, for example, maybe I want to put that one in, thinking it might be that one, but it might be a different one. And then you exit your notes. And the idea is you have to kind of learn how to type the kanji. So you can type it however you want. So, for example, let me just think of something. Um, you could type, let's do. You could type aka like to be honest, I would type it like aka if I'm honest, and find it like that. You can type, and it also gives you some options. So there we go. But as long as you type it, actually no, that's a better choice. So you could type guy to get soto, doesn't matter. You can write soto to get soto. The idea is you just want to get the kanji. Um, I have no clue what you mean. And los new business. I feel like that's like young. Oh my god, am I actually gonna say that? Is that like young people speak? I don't even want to say that for too new. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna add a little sticker because I always have a little sticker. Have you downloaded Pocket Japanese? And we just add a little yes with some cute emojis and not yet with cake because I just had some chocolate and it's kind of giving that vibe. I also hate that I can only put this like at the top somewhere because I feel like it's in the way, but that is life. There we go. Anyway, so that's this game. I think it's really useful. Maybe maybe someone else might be like, why on earth did you make that? I want to make some more games as well because I think like games are some of the most useful way to study. At the same time, I cannot think of what games to actually make, which is really fun. Let's carry on. We have flashcards. These are new. These are free. Anyone can use them like the games. So enjoy the flashcards. They will help you study vocabulary. You can choose all of them. Oh, oh, I don't like how this looks. Oh my gosh. This is not how it should look on iPad. This is why we're doing this. Let's see if it still kind of works though. Yeah, so it's too far to drag, in my opinion. Um, it still works, I guess, but I think that's too big. But you can still do things like this. The thing is, like when it's on a small screen, it has a how much you've completed. Yeah, that needs fixing. You can also choose to just look at the bookmarked ones, which is cool. Maybe I don't need the other flashcards now I've got this, but whatever. Or you can look at each word list's flashcards. So, for example, um, this is kind of cheeky though, because oh, look, wait, you can't see it. That's the progress bar. So, we want to fix this. Um, no, what I was going to say is it's not super cheeky, but you get to see what each lesson would have in terms of word list, but you don't get to see like the example sentences and so on unless you pay for the actual course. And so you're not getting the full experience, but you are getting a small experience version of it. No, this is something I might fix today because if it's not fitting on the big screen, it could also mean that it's not fitting on some smaller screens. But you can also change it to show English first and shuffle, which is kind of fun. Okay. Let's just go on to this really quickly. So you can do oh adverts. You can choose whichever hiragana you want to learn. And there's some games. So there is a typing game, which I believe you have to type in hiragana. So for example, ryorinin. All of the words on the typing games are words that let me just change the advert because I like having music. There we go. So all of the games, no, so all of the words in the typing game are words that you will learn at some point as a beginner. I didn't want to put like random words. I wanted to put ones that you will need. So ryorinin. And then we have ryoshin,
両親、
byo,
両、
uh, 入場料, admission fee. What? Oh yeah, I guess that is at some point on the course. 入場料.
入場料、
And then you get to hear the word as we go along. 留学, 留学,
留学、
両親. Again, I feel like we've done that one already.
両親、
病気. So basically, I wanted you to be able to learn words as you type. 病院,
病院、
給料,
給料、
ご両親. This is someone's parents. Just to note, it does also tell you what it means. Ta-da! So yeah, I feel like the typing game is a lot more useful than I maybe give myself credit for. Maybe something that would look better on the iPad is if we could bring it down to there. I'm not sure if people agree. But that's something that maybe I would like. Something I would like is for the lessons to just look generally more interesting. But for now, I don't mind that it looks a bit minimal. I am a one-person team, so it's not. Oh, hello. Oh, that shouldn't be happening. Why did you? That's an old page that should just be completely ignored. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, now we know that exists. I feel like sometimes like I fix a bug and a new bug appears, but that is life. Hey, course. If you go up here, There are some little flashcards. There's notes. So you can write a note. For example, if maybe you're doing lesson number 2 and you want to write a note about it, you can say, this, oh, you could say something like, this was hard. Come back and study it more. And that will save your note. You can write your note in whatever language you want. But yeah, the app will save that you have written that and that you need to come back and study that more. There's a little cat on the top. I actually might remove him. He's really cute, but I don't know that I want him there. Okay, so something I've added today and we actually need to check. Also, look how cute he looks at the bottom. Oh, like, I just think he suits being there. And I'm going to put more different things that will appear randomly, depending, like, not depending on which lesson, but there will just always be something in the bottom there, I think, like just down here. And it'll be the cat doing something. So if I go off, there should be a different one that appears at random, but apparently he doesn't want to appear. There we go. So there he's eating a fish. Currently there's only 2, but there will be different ones in the future. So what I've added recently, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like how this appears on the iPad. But I've added onto the end, um, like video lessons, but they're not made specifically for this course, but they relate. So basically, I made the lessons a while ago. They do relate, and yeah, they're basically made for an older version of the course, as it says there. But yeah, we need to fix this. I need to fix this. That's good to know. Let's look at counting to 10. In this class, we will learn how to count to 10. So basically what I have here is the kanji on the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's trying to zoom into my hand. We have kanji 1 to 10 on the side. This all looks good. You can click on these and hear how it's pronounced.
1、
So I try and include audio as much as possible because I think that's one of the best ways to learn, actually hearing it. And I think that's one of the things that textbook can't do.
1、
And then we have the writing, how it's written here. And you can change it into Ramaji if you want to, because most people who are on lesson 1 have not learned hiragana.
2、3、3、4、4。
Ooh, so nice fun features. You can self-study it. There will be some games. Oh, hello. So we don't have explanations because I like putting in explanations for most things. Generally, when counting, you'll be using yon and nana. For example, math equations and age. You may notice 4 and 7 have 2 readings. The sound she is associated with death, so people often avoid it and say yon or nana. Native Japanese numerals such as hito, futa, mi exist too and are used for counting items, e.g., 3 ramen. The two systems overlap around 4 and 7, where both readings are common. For now, focus on Sino-Japanese numbers 1 to 10. The rest follow predictable rules. I explain this in the video. So on video lesson, I would actually watch it on here. No, it should work on. No, this isn't even a feature that's out yet. It's something I was working on today. So this is fixable. Whoops, I didn't mean to go off that. Okay, we then have a little game. I can make this little game look a lot better. Let's be completely honest. It's slightly off center. Is it? Hmm. Maybe it's not. But I don't like that the score is just like randomly up in the corner. So I can make that look better. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with myself. What you do here is you press go
같이,
and then you find
같이,
the kanji for it.
같이,
Go away.
뭐, 6,
And you have a little score. And I think actually something that could be really nice with a lot of these games is if I give you a high score. Um, but I haven't. So yeah. We don't have kanji sudoku, whatever. And this is the introduction to the kanji sudoku that I introduced to you earlier. However, it's only with kanji 1 to 10. I'm not going to play it now. I think no one wants to watch me play that. I don't know, actually. Actually, that could be kind of fun. Okay, we then have counting to 100 in this lesson. We're going to learn how to count to 100 in Japanese. It's quite a logical system. These, I don't know if I like them anymore, and I think they should be in the center of the page. But I'm not going to change them yet because they are, at the end of the day, interactive. So you have to type the number, which is this lovely number here. And that is Ju-yon. And then it will turn green. It actually did turn green. You couldn't see it, and that's something I should consider for those of us who have a keyboard on the screen someday. Okay. And then gets harder, and then it gets harder. And then I have this lovely little chart that I think is actually really, really useful for those of us who actually find counting above 10 difficult. So if you can't quite get right, you can start by using the chart below to practice. Woo! Just follow the chart along from the tens to the zeros. So for example, 85 is hachiju and go, and 17 is ju and nana. So hachiju. So actually, let's make this make more sense. We have an 8 column and we have a 5 column. So you're going to 5, and then we have the tens, and then we have the digits. You're going to find 8 in the tens column, hachiju, and then you're going to find 5 in the digits column. And then you're just going to put them together. You're going to read across like you would in English. Hachiju go. So 85 is hachiju go. This is a really useful chart for anyone who really struggles with Japanese number ordering. And then at the end, I do have a video lesson on this. Okay, we're maybe going to call it here. But yeah, thank you everyone who came and watched.